Hi, everyone. Welcome to GTApreneurs' first networking show. I'm Tammy Defoe, your host, founder, business coach, and public speaking instructor for GTApreneurs. My goal here at GTApreneurs is to help you grow your business. And I've got Vered Lerner, who I'm going to introduce shortly, who's going to be helping me with that mission as well. So to help you do your business, we offer open networking events. We have 2 events per month. We have exclusive referral networking groups. We have public speaking for entrepreneurs courses and guest speaking opportunities at our events. So now I want to introduce Vered Lerner. She is going to be the business coach for GTApreneurs' new Mississauga exclusive referral networking chapter. Right now, I coach 3 groups, one in downtown Toronto, one in Thornhill, and one in Vaughan, where we meet weekly. We update each other on our businesses. We exchange referrals throughout the week. We become each other's clients. We learn great topics through business development and a lot of other great things. So let me introduce now Vera. Welcome to the show, Vera. It's so glad to have you here today.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. It's great to be here, and I'm excited about being the coach for your new Mississauga chapter.
That's awesome. I know everyone's going to like you. You're going to do a fabulous job. And tell everybody, what is your title? What is your business and your background?
So I own Bizstance Services. It's a management and consulting agency, and I work with experts in order to be able to deliver business services to anyone who's either in business or getting into business. And that we basically cover everything. The model is so that everyone can come in and just pick and choose a la carte services, or we can work on big projects that I bring in everyone that's vetted, all the experts that are needed for that particular project. And the beauty of that is that the client doesn't have to worry about dealing with multiple companies and vendors and resourcing and all of that. They just come to us. We have everything under the Bizstance umbrella, so they're getting one invoice, one project coordinator, and everything is done under one roof, so that there are no, there's no red tape, no back and forth emails and inconsistencies between different companies, different opinions. Everything is resolved under our own roof, and so we don't have to bother the client with all those little things. So that's my company, and then I also do coaching. So I had to separate the coaching from the consulting because they're completely different approaches, but I love the coaching as well. So by working with me, you kind of get the best of both worlds.
That's awesome. And so if you have a person who's just starting out in their business, what is your advice for them?
First of all, figure out what you want to do and why. The why is almost more important than the how, because when you figure out what's driving you and what your goals are, then you can map out a plan. So you need to have a strong foundation before you do anything else. A lot of people have a really great idea, and it might be a wonderful idea, but if they don't do it properly, it's not going to take off, or it won't be able to sustain itself. So you really have to have a great foundation, put all the processes in place, make sure you have all your compliance in order, anything legal and financial that you have to set aside. So basically what you want to do is establish who you are, what you want to do, who your target audience is, and then map out all the strategies and a plan for building your business.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome, right? And a lot of people, they don't do that. They just say, okay, this sounds like a great idea, I'm going to do it. And then unfortunately, they spend a lot of time and money on the project, right? And it doesn't get them where they want to go. So it's just like you said, you want to first of all look at what do you enjoy doing, right? And then who else who else out there is doing what you want to do, right? Do your research, what's out there and how can you differentiate yourself from what's already out there, right?
And because a lot of people are really good at what they do and they might want to start a business doing it. But if you're really good at one thing, you may not necessarily have a business mindset. So you don't know how to run a business effectively or efficiently. And so that's where they get into trouble.
Exactly, right? Yeah, absolutely. Lots of people, I know, so restaurants is definitely one of the hardest industries to get into, right? A lot of people want to cook. They're great cooks, but it doesn't matter if you have the best product in the world, the best service in the world. If you don't have the right plan in place, it's probably not going to go very far.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So then, in the GTApreneurs referral groups, we do have people at all different levels of their business. Some people have been in business for 20 years, 10 years, 5 years, and some people are brand new. So I'm so happy to have you on board because you work with people who are just starting and you work with people that are big companies, right? That have all sort of employees.
That's right.
And yeah. And so how long have you been doing, we're going to actually before we get to how long you've been doing it, make a little distinction. Tell people the difference between business consultant and business coaching.
There is a big distinction, and they kind of overlap in certain areas, but not all. So, a consultant, any consultant, and it doesn't matter if it's in business or in other areas, will basically give you. They'll do an assessment of what needs to be done, and then they'll give you recommendations and say, we believe you should do A, B, C, or D, and then
Yep.
obviously, as the client, you get to make the choice. Whereas the coach, they act like a consultant in many ways where they get to know you, they assess, and they know what the recommendations are, but they don't necessarily tell you what you should be doing. A coach is there mostly to guide the process. So I use a metaphor. So when you go bowling, for instance, and you have the things on the sides that don't let your ball go in the gutter,
Right.
so those guards. So we as coaches are kind of like those guards, right? We guide you to get to where you need to be to get that strike. And what we do is we ask a lot of questions. And by asking the right questions, we're getting you to think along the same lines that we want you to think,
Mhm.
and getting you to come to those conclusions. Of course, we can offer some sort of advice, but we're not going to give you all of the solutions. You need to sort of come to that yourself. The coach is there to be your backbone, to be your biggest advocate, to be your cheerleader, and to help you make the decisions that you need to make to get to where you want to be. But it's sort of a work in progress. And again, we can only get you to a certain point because we can't do it for you. A coach is there to help you see the bigger picture and to help you get to a certain point, but then you got to put in the effort and the work to do it yourself. So that's really the difference. A consultant will bring in the people to do it, will get the project going, we'll do all of that for you. But as a coach, that's not the role. So you have to decide which one you want. Now, as I was saying before, I happen to do both. So it's a little bit of a different, unique spin on it, kind of my niche. But usually when you work with a coach, they get you in the right frame of mind. They work on your mindset. They get you prepared. And then they transition you to a business consultant who can then help you get those things in place. So by working with me, the coaching side is taken care of, and then you don't have to go anywhere else because I already have the consulting and the agency and the experts. So it's a seamless transaction. It's really like a one stop shop.
Mhm.
And that's really the difference between a coach and a consultant is one will tell you what needs to be done and kind of say, okay, here are your choices, make one. And the other one will encourage you and empower you and help you come to those decisions.
Mhm. Yeah, that's awesome, right? And so, with the GTApreneurs referral networking groups, that I wanted to combine a lot of things, right? And so, what people are going to get, so having the business coach, you are there to provide motivation. Absolutely. So, we provide motivation every week. We update each other on our businesses. We talk about, who's given referrals this week, right? Who's become each other's clients. What other things have you done to support the other people? So, really give the framework of how to use each other to grow your businesses, right? Because we can just do stuff on our own and that's great, but we only have so many hours in the day, right? So when you have the power of other people, you can do that. And with the group, actually, the goal is to get lots of different experts in there as well. So we want to have a
Hmm.
digital marketing person there, right? We want to have an accountant in there. We want to have a paralegal or have lawyers and things like that, so they can give you expertise. And then, but if people do need that one-on-one extra attention with their own business, then it's great that you're there to help them out with that. Yeah. And so what we'd be doing too, which you're going to be teaching the people, we do things like, how to do your elevator pitch, right? How to public speaking tips. So whether it be, again, at an event or you're going to do your own seminar for other people, you're going to improve those skills. You're going to learn how to optimize your LinkedIn profile, how to use Facebook for business, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, websites, SEO, and all sort of things. So you're going to learn all this general knowledge. All the group members, they're going to get a member handbook where they have all this great information, and it's going to really help them. But you know what? And you're going to be there to do all the rest of the stuff. All group members can, give their expertise, do a presentation as well. And then you're also there. So if people do need that extra one-on-one, they can go to you and book some time outside there. So I'm really glad that you have that. And how long have you been doing the coaching and consulting?
I've been doing it for, don't want to date myself. So for so many years, 20 some odd years that I've been doing it. So I climbed the corporate ladder. I've been there, done that. And that's how I was able to form my company, was based on that, research that I've done with my progressive experience and knowledge, and taking courses and really updating myself, because we always want to keep learning, right? Even doctors, they still have to
Yeah.
go and get their training and do their hours and all of that. So, and that's what we have to do as professionals as well. And I don't care what industry you're in, you still have to keep current, because if you're not current, other people are going to bypass you, right? You have to be relevant to today's market, to today's clients, to today's technology. Everything that we do, even now, especially now with COVID, it's
Hmm.
all based on technology. So
Yeah.
you have to prepare yourself. You have to know what's coming up, what's trending, what's going on. And I'm so happy that we have all of these different areas of expertise within the group, so that they can all bounce those ideas off of each other and really, empower one another, which is great. And they have somebody that they know, like, and trust, and that's what business is built on.
Hmm.
So forming those relationships is amazing.
Yeah,
So I've been
absolutely.
doing it, yeah, for 20 some odd years. And again, I've been, while I was working in the corporate world, while I had my full-time jobs, I was freelancing before that was even a term. So I was really getting my hands everywhere and my feet wet in different industries, different companies, different sizes. And you're right, it doesn't matter if a person comes into the group and they're just starting out, or
Mhm.
if they have a big, a large corporation, or if they have a business that's based at home with employees externally, or subcontractors. The fundamental business rules and values still apply.
Mhm.
So it's good that everyone can merge and be able to just support one another. That's all we're here for.
Absolutely, right? And you say it's all about relationships
Yeah.
with business, right? So you're developing those relationships to see the same people every week. We max out the group at 20 people, so everyone has a lot of time to participate, to get to know each other. People meet each other one-on-one as well. And we do share expertise. So, we present these topics, but, I also want to know, what are other people's experience with it, right? They could be doing something that, I don't know about, you haven't know about other people, even though we have all this knowledge, right? So it is a great time to share that knowledge, to brainstorm and to support each other, right? And group members, they feel really energized after our meetings. That's the whole point, and it's definitely, especially hard right now when so many of us are working at home. It's difficult to keep your spirits up, right? So having that support is amazing, right? And when you're saying keeping up with the trends, that is like, nowhere bigger than this year, okay, with COVID. Because
Yeah.
if you didn't pivot and find a way to do something, then the survival rate is really low. A lot of people haven't gone out of business and stuff like that. Unfortunately, there's some businesses like um, restaurants or people with storefronts that there's not much you can do. But a lot of the different people that we help out, right, are more mobile. We do have the ability to adapt, and you need to, right? You need to do that. And I do work on the mindset with the people, right? To say it doesn't matter what's going on right now. There's a way. What can you do right now? And I ask myself that all the time. What can I do? Forget about what's going on. What can I do? There's always something you can do, right?
Correct.
And you need to do that. So having that coach in the group who's going to help people who are like, oh my God, COVID's going on. What about you now? Right? Having that there to say, let's talk about this. This is what I'm doing in my business. So you're going to share your expertise with them about what's made you successful, right? And to say, other people, what are you doing right? And then we can give advice to those people who maybe are struggling. But it is definitely something you can do all the time. You're going to bring expertise in the group, but things are trending as well. So it's great. I'm so happy to have you in the group in that, right? And GTApreneurs, I want the company just to stand for quality, right? And we don't accept everybody into the groups, right? We want to select people who do have that great personality, who do have that desire for teamwork, right? And that who do provide those high quality services, right? And it starts with at the top down. So it starts with the coach, and you're amazing.
Thank
And
you.
I'm so happy. So yeah, let's talk about when it's going to start. So next Tuesday, November the 10th. Yes, November the 10th from 9:30 to 11. 9:30, that's when your group's starting. Okay, so we have a few people already registered. And so if you have not registered for membership yet, we do have quite a few positions open left. You want to do it now. Okay, you want to register now. Reach out to Vered, and I'm going to put her information with a video at the bottom here. You can reach out to her by phone, by email, set up a time with her to meet with her, talk about, she wants to learn about you. You can talk more about her and the group, and to see if both people are the right fit, and let's just get you going and making money. Okay, business is flowing in GTApreneurs groups, right? I just sent a referral yesterday to the digital marketing person in my Thornhill group. I just sent a referral to the mortgage agent in my Thornhill group, right? That group started first. So, I kind of rotate my referrals, but whether it be the coach sending referrals, right, or the other group members sending referrals, or becoming each other's clients. I'm the client of the computer IT guy in my group, right? He just upgraded my computer to, to Windows 10 and got some new memory. So it's a win-win all around, right? It's great for you. It's great for the members. And again, happy to have you here, Vered. And was there any last minute things that you wanted to tell the people who are thinking about joining?
I just want to let them know how amazing it is to be part of a group where you come week in and week out and you get to know the other members. You get to know what they do. Everything is built on know, like, and trust. So you're really building a relationship. And especially if you're kind of the introvert or the shy type, you have a very small community. It's more, you're building it like a family. And as time progresses, you let your guard down and you're allowing more opportunities, and then you get more comfortable. And even with your public speaking course, they can sign up for that, and they can learn how to really present themselves, project their voice, all those, the nitty gritty that you need to know for public speaking. But you get to have that opportunity every week to be able to speak to other people, to be able to get yourself out there, to know what to say, what not to say, to learn from the other participants. And bring your guests with you, let them see what it's all about, and maybe they'll want to join as well. It's just a really, really great way to network and to get those referrals and to grow your business. So yeah, anyone who's interested, reach out to me. I'm sure the information will be somewhere on here, and they could just book some time.
Yeah. And that's a great point you brought out about the introverts. I'm glad you brought that out, actually, because, the people who are really good at their jobs. In fact, there's a person who's an introvert in one of my groups right now, amazing, super intelligent professional. But, that's kind of holding him back a little bit, right? Because you need to form those relationships. So, and that's exactly what I've seen happen as he's been in the group week after week, that he has been more comfortable now. He has been more. So first of all, you get the practice so you can spread it to other points in your life, right? But then you're able to build those relationships with those people in your group, and that is essential. And that's the difference between, GTApreneurs group where we're maxing out at 20 people and some other groups, they have 40 people. Okay. It's going to be really difficult to get to know 40 people really well. Right. And if I know myself or yourself or whoever is going to want to send a referral, we want to make sure we do know that person. We want to make sure we know everything about their business, because that's our contacts we're sending. Right. And we want to have our contacts to have a good experience. Right.
100%. You need to keep the integrity, right? So when people know you and people know me, they know the quality of leads that they're getting. They know the quality of referrals. They know the quality that we bring to whatever it is that we're doing. So it's really good to maintain that. And by having the right professionals meet other right professionals, it's creating a really nice network and leveraging those networks in order to be able to grow your own business, whatever it is that you're doing. And again, by having those introverts on there, just bouncing off each other, the energy itself will just infuse whatever is going on. And as you said before, in every meeting, we do have some sort of education going. So they're going to learn about all different aspects, and some people will excel at in one area and not another. So this is where we build each other up. This is where we ask questions, and it's a safe place. Right? Everything is confidential. You don't have to worry about, what you're saying, how you're saying it. As long as you're being genuine and authentic, then it really comes across and shines. And you can learn a lot from these groups. And you're sort of getting a lot of educational value within the group that you would otherwise have to pay for somewhere else. So it's a really great benefit. And I think that, with my passion, as is emotional intelligence, and infusing that into the conversation and just letting people become aware of what's holding them back, who they are, what they want to do. That's an added bonus too. So it's a really great way to access that by joining the group. And I know that there are other perks as well. Do you want to just quickly run them off so that somebody might have a better idea of why they should be contacting me?
No, absolutely. For sure. Right. And just to mention, introverts is really a small part of the group, right? Like most people are extroverted, right? But it is helping those people. And so with the public speaking, there is the separate public speaking course, which is going to go into a lot of detail about, perfecting, although we do perfecting your elevator pitch in the referral group as well, but we also do 5-minute presentations in the course. We do conversation skills, we do anxiety reduction techniques and so on. So it is a little bit more focused, right? So in the groups, we do a meeting on our business development part of the meeting on designing your elevator pitch, perfecting that. We give feedback and stuff like that. And we do go over all the different tips of public speaking. And the person can put on a presentation, 15-minute presentation, actually, right? At least once throughout their membership, maybe potentially twice. So we do some similar things. So, either way, it's such an essential part of being a business owner, right? And again, it starts with communication skills. When you want to get clients, you need to book appointments. So if you're doing booking appointments, you need to know how to have those conversation skills, build those relationships, right? And be able to present what you're doing in a cohesive manner, right? Whether you're doing to an event, you're doing an elevator pitch, or you're doing your own presentation, all these skills are so essential. So I want to show you, like I said, right now, all the other things that you get with the group. So the traditional referral networking group, usually when you send a referral, you're like, okay, here's the person's name and number, or email and that's it, right? And it's great and it works, but why stop there? Okay. So I'm going to ask you this question. I know you know the answer, but I ask you anyways for everybody else. So if you go to McDonald's and you say, I want a Big Mac, what's McDonald's going to say?
Well, I think that they would say, would you like some fries with that? Or would you like a drink? Or do you want to supersize? Or
Absolutely. Exactly. They want to sell you something else, right? And all they're doing is asking you simple questions. They're not pushing on you, but just by having McDonald's have their staff ask that simple question has made them billions of more dollars over the years. So when I was thinking about doing the referral networking groups for GTApreneurs, I wanted to implement that concept to get more business for everybody. So how do we do that? So when we're sending referrals group members, we're going to actually send a link to a website or a web page. So I create a custom web page for all the group members, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. So let me share my screen with you. And so I have an example here of a landscaper. And so let's say you are going to send a referral to the landscaper. You're like, here's the link to the landscaper. He's really awesome. And by the way, I've also included information with the other professionals in my exclusive network in case you're interested. So every group has its own code and just the ending changes. So this one here is our sample. So then the person's going to open up and say, oh, wow, the landscaper, right? We've got his picture, his contact information. So the phone number and all these things are linked so they can call directly from their phone. Website's link that provides a backlink to their website, which could help with their SEO. We've got his bio here, could be services, testimonials, licenses, things like that. And then below that, you've got the business cards of every other person in the group. And if you click on any of the business cards, it goes to that member's website. So regardless who in the group is getting the referral, every single group member is always getting exposure. The person may have been looking for a landscaper, but they're like, oh, wow, I didn't know you knew an accountant. I was looking for one of those, or I thought about seeing an naturopathic doctor, or my sister did, right? So it's just a great way to further multiply referrals. And that's what it's all about. I want all my clients to make more money. I know you're coaching the groups, they can all make more money. And it's just a win-win all around. But they get a few other things with their membership as well. So each group, we are part of a WhatsApp chat, and that way we can communicate with each other outside of the, outside of the group time. But we have something else called a LinkedIn pod. Essentially, it's a group chat with just the group members. So every time you do a post on LinkedIn, there's 3 dots at the top corner, copy a link to post. So when you're part of a GTApreneurs group, you can copy the link and put it in our pod and say, hey, everyone, please like, comment, and share my post. And so every time people do that, it brings it higher in the news feed, which gets it more exposure. Okay. And so on top of that, so we've done that, and I can show you how things have been boosted. You can see here my events, 523 views, because my group members boost that for me. But one other thing too is that I want to reward people. So we want everyone to be doing referrals, becoming each other's clients, and so on, right? But we want to really reward the person who really went above and beyond in a week to do the most to support the fellow group members and the group overall. So this here is Victor Ha. And hi, Victor. He's a great mortgage agent from the Thornhill Referral Group. Actually, he was a member of the week a few weeks back. And so far, this post has gotten 552 views. So being part of GTApreneurs gets you free advertising, right? So whether you're member of the week or whether you just want your own post boosted, we do that, right? And group members, we also like your Facebook post. We'll also attend your events. We'll invite people to your events. So it's just a great overall of working together as a team. And when they click here, this is going to go to his GTApreneur suggested referring page.
And every member gets one of these.
Yeah, every member gets exactly one of these pages. And then the business cards of the other group members appear on the other pages, right? And on their own page. So for example, this is Victor here. And these are the other group members in the Thornhill group. And we actually have to add a new person on there. And so these business cards go to their websites.
Right.
So even though Victor is member of the week, every single group member always got exposure. So one more thing I want to point out that is a new benefit for GTApreneurs members. GTApreneurs has partnered recently with Corporate Plus Club. And so as a result, referral group members get a Corporate Plus Club GTApreneurs card free with their membership. And so this is going to give them discounts to all these great things. We got Cineplex, we got car rentals, hotel, Office Max, the Brick, entertainment places. So this is just a great special feature, and always adding on more with GTApreneurs. My whole goal is to help all the entrepreneurs make more money, whether it be through their business or in their personal life in this particular case. And like you mentioned before too, we've got the business education. So every week we've got the second part of the meeting that's got that business education. And so really it's, it's a one-stop to get all of your stuff. And then if people need a little extra one-on-one, they know then you're there to help them out for the Mississauga group.
This is so exciting. And yeah, they get to save in their personal life, in their professional life, and they get to create more business. They get to have not free advertising, but complimentary advertising. And when you say the pods on LinkedIn, what that basically means is it's a group chat. And people go in and they notify the other group members that they posted something. Please like, share, and comment, so that it boosts the visibility and gets it across to the other networks as well. So we're really helping each other in every single way possible. And I think that it's going to be a great way for people to get their feet wet into networking if they haven't already, and belong to a community. It's more about a community than anything else.
Absolutely. Very well said, Vered. Great. Well, we're going to wrap up for today. So again, glad to have you on. If you are interested in learning more about GTApreneurs referral groups, I do coach a group in in Vaughan, Thornhill, and downtown Toronto, and Vered will be doing the one in Mississauga. So if you're interested in the three ones that I coach, please reach out to me. My contact information is below. If you are interested in the Mississauga group, please reach out to Vered, and she's more than happy to meet you, learn about your business, and help you start making some more money.
100%. Thank you so much for interviewing me today. And I'm looking forward to meeting everyone that wants to join the group.
Sounds great, Vered. Have a good day.
Okay. You too. Thank you.
Thank you.